So Mobius function is nothing but for a positive integer n, positive integer n, Mobius function mu, which is defined by the formula which is equal to 1 whenever n equal to 1, whenever n equal to 1, 0 if p square divides n for some prime p, for some prime p, and minus 1 to the power r whenever n is of the form p1 p2 p1 into p2 into up to so on pr, where each pi is distinct prime. That is, n is a square integer. Each pi is distinct prime. Okay. So what is the possible range of Mobius function?
-101.
101. That is, these are the only possible values of a Mobius function. Now, whether Mobius function is a multiplicative function?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mobius function a multiplicative आहे का? Okay. Now, what is Mobius inversion formula?
If two functions are number theoretic functions, then small f of n equal to summation d divides n mu of d into capital F of n upon d.
That is, if small f and capital F are two number theoretic functions and they are related by the formula this one, capital F of n equal to summation over d divides n small f of d, then what is small of f of n? Which is nothing but summation over d divides n mu of d into capital F of n divided by d, or summation over d divides n mu of n upon d into capital F of d. That one is nothing but the Mobius inversion formula. Now, after that, we have proved one lemma, that is the theorem again. If capital F is a multiplicative function and which is related by the formula this one, that is capital F of n equal to summation over d divides n f of d, then small f is also a multiplicative function. There is one lemma, F Morton's lemma. What is F Morton's lemma?
For positive integer n greater than 1, summation d divides n mu of d equal to 1 when n equal to 0 and equal to 0 when n greater than 1.
Okay, so for any integer n greater equal by 1, summation over d divides n mu of d is nothing but which is equal to 1 whenever n equal to 1 and 0 for any value which is greater than 1. Okay. Now, next definition, greatest integer function.
Largest integer less than or equal to x.
What is x? X kind.
Any
Real number.
Any real number. For any real number x, greatest integer value of that x is nothing but the largest integer which is less than or equal to x. That one is nothing but the greatest integer function. That is, range of x is lies between, that is greatest integer value of x is lies between our
X minus 1 to x.
To x. Okay. Now after that we have proved some results depending on the definition of greatest integer function. Then next there is one important theorem, that is, if n is any positive integer and p is a prime, then the highest power of p that divides n factorial is nothing but
summation k is equal to 1 to infinity n upon p raised to k.
Greatest integer value of n upon p raised to k. Okay. If n
Yes,
is a
sir.
positive integer and p is a prime, then the highest power of p power of p that divides n factorial is summation k running from 1 to infinity greatest integer value of n upon p to the power k. ही ग्रेटेस्ट इंटिजर व्हॅल्यू ऑफ n अपॉन p रेज टू k आहे. याला जर तुम्ही ब्रॅकेट समजलात तर तुमचा आन्सर 100% चुकेल. ठीक आहे, हा तुमचा ग्रेटेस्ट इंटिजर व्हॅल्यू आहे. जर हे विसरला असतं तर अवघड होईल, तुमची व्हॅल्यू मिळणारच नाही कोड. ओके, नाव we have seen some example depending on this one, that is we have find out some greatest integer value of some n when it is divisible by some prime. Okay, so next will be a Euler's phi function. What is Euler's phi function? If n is any integer which is greater or equal by 1, then phi of n, which is Euler's phi function is denoted by the symbol that is phi of n. Euler's
All positive integers relatively prime to n and less than n.
Less than
N.
or equal to n. Okay, so for any integer n greater equal by 1, phi of n denotes the number of integers less than n and less than or equal to n and relatively prime to n. Less than or equal to n and relatively prime to n is nothing but the Euler's phi function that is denoted by phi of n. ओके, बर मला एक डाऊट आहे डेफिनेशन मध्ये, हे लेस दॅन घेतलं तर चालेल का इक्वल टू एन घ्यायची गरज आहे? कारण कोणताही इंटिजर स्वतःशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम असेल का? जर स्ट्रिक्टली लेस दॅन घेतलं तर ऑब्विसली ट्रू असेल ना ह्याची डेफिनेशन. कारण जर तुम्ही प्राइम जरी घेतला, प्राइम स्टार्ट व्हायला तुमची 2 पासून, त्यांचा जीसीडी जर तुम्ही घेतला प्राइम स्वतःसोबत, तरी तो एलिमेंट इटसेल्फ तर राहील. मग इक्वल टू घ्यायची गरज आहे का? आवाज येते ना?
Yes sir.
हा, phi of n ची डेफिनेशन आहे Euler's phi फंक्शनची. जर मी ते अशी डिफाइन केला, phi of n is nothing but the number of integers which are less than n and relatively prime to n, हे बरोबर होईल का? इक्वल टू एन, कारण कोणताही जर कॉम्पोजिट इंटिजरला तर काय प्रॉब्लेमच करणार नाही, कारण तो स्वतःशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम नसणारच आहे. प्राइम जरी घेतला तरी तो स्वतःशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम नसणार आहे, कारण कोणताही प्राइम घ्या त्याचा जीसीडी स्वतःसोबत तो एलिमेंट स्वतःच असेल. मग इक्वल टू एनचं काही मिनिंग आहे का तिथे?
No sir.
काढून टाकला तर चालेल का मग?
Yes sir.
नक्की का? इंटिजर एन कुठपर्यंत आहे तुमचा? एन काय घेणार आहे तुम्ही?
ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 1.
ग्रेटर दॅन ऑर इक्वल टू 1 आहे ना, पण जर 1 असेल तर मग इंटिजर 1 स्वतःशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम आहे का?
No sir.
नो सर.
व्हॉट इज जीसीडी ऑफ 1,1?
1.
रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम नाही आहे स्वतःशी?
आहे सर.
आहे ना, म्हणजे हे एका व्हॅल्यू साठी तुम्हाला इक्वल टू एन वर्क होईल बघ. ठीक आहे का नाही?
Yes sir, correct आहे.
ओके, तर ही डिफिनेशन चुकीची आहे म्हणून याला इक्वल टू एन नाही घेतलं तरी चालते म्हणला तर तुमचा आन्सर चुकीचा होईल बरं का. ना if suppose phi of n, if suppose p is a prime number, then what is the phi of p?
P minus 1.
p minus 1. Whether its converse is also true. If suppose n is any integer for which phi of n is n minus 1, then whether n is a prime. p प्राइम असेल तर phi of p p minus 1 येतो, ठीक आहे. पण कोणताही एक इंटिजर n घेतला मी ज्यासाठी की phi of n n minus 1 येते माझा, तर n हा प्राइमच असेल का? विसरलात की काय?
Yes,
शिकलो
sir.
ना आपण हे. Phi of n equal to n minus 1, then n must be a prime number. If suppose n is not a prime number, then what is phi of n? Phi of n must be less equal by n minus 2. कारण नाही त्याचा n minus 2 का? जर प्राइम असेल तर n minus 1 येते. जर तो कॉम्पोजिट आहे, प्राइम नाही याचा अर्थ कॉम्पोजिट आहे. कॉम्पोजिट आहे याचा अर्थ त्याला कमीत कमी डिवायझर मिळणार आहे कोणाला? n ला, जो की 1 ही नसणार आहे आणि n ही नसणार आहे. n हा नंबर माझा कॉम्पोजिट कधी होतो? त्याला 1, n ला सोडून एक काहीतरी डिवायझर d मिळेल, कमीत कमी एक तरी मिळेल. म्हणजे असा एक इंटिजर d मिळाला ज्याचा जीसीडी n सोबत 1 नाही. n, d इज नॉट इक्वल टू 1. ऑलरेडी माझा phi of n कमी जास्तीत जास्त किती येऊ शकतो? n minus 1. कधी? जर तो प्राइम असेल तर. म्हणजे प्राइम नसेल तर तो एक n minus 1 पेक्षा ऑब्विसली कमी येईल. पण कॉम्पोजिट इंटिजर आहे याचा अर्थ त्याला कमीत कमी एक माझा डिवायझर मिळेल जो की अदर दॅन 1 आणि n नाही. याचा अर्थ तो परत n minus 1 मधून एक कमी होईल. काय होईल? माझं n minus 2 होईल. आणि त्या केसमध्ये माझा phi of n हा लेस इक्वल बाय n minus 2 असेल. जर त्याला एकच पॉझिटिव्ह डिवायझर असेल तर तो n minus 2 असेल. आणखी एकापेक्षा जास्त जर पॉझिटिव्ह डिवायझर असेल तर phi of n हा n minus 2 पेक्षा स्ट्रिक्टली लेस असेल. ठीक आहे. ठीक आहे का नाही कळालं?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
कळालं ना नक्की? phi of n लेस इक्वल बाय n minus 2 कसं होतो? phi of n म्हणजे काय असणार आहे तुमचा टोटल? की phi of n तुम्ही व्हॅल्यू काढणार आहे. याचा अर्थ काय करणार आहे? असे इंटिजर शोधणार जे की n पेक्षा लहान आहेत, लहान किंवा n ला इक्वल आहेत, आणखीन रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम आहेत n सोबत. पण मी ते n घेतलंय काय? कॉम्पोजिट आहे. कॉम्पोजिट आहे. आणखी कोणत्याही इंटिजरला कमीत कमी तो 1 आणि n तर डिवायझर असतात. हा जर माझा कॉम्पोजिट इंटिजर असेल तर याच्याशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम नंबर मला किती मिळतील? हा स्वतःशी तर रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम नसणार आहे, म्हणजे ऑब्विसली हा n minus 1 झाला. ओके, कारण कोणताही इंटिजर हा स्वतःशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम नाहीये. याचा अर्थ याला पॉसिबल रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम येणारे नंबर किती असतील? n minus 1 असतील. पण कॉम्पोजिट असल्यामुळे बाय डेफिनेशन ऑफ कॉम्पोजिट नंबर इट हॅज ऍटलीस्ट 1 डिवायझर d विच इज अदर दॅन 1 and n. म्हणजे परत एक नंबर d मिळाला ज्याचा जीसीडी हा 1 नाहीये कोणासोबत? n सोबत. म्हणजे हे टोटल किती झालं माझं? n minus 2. हे कधी जर एकच डिवायझर असेल तर समजा हे d1 एक मिळाला, d2 एक मिळाला, तर त्या केसमध्ये माझा जीसीडी काय असेल? n minus 3 पेक्षा सॉरी phi of n काय असेल? n minus 3 असेल किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा लहान असेल. म्हणजे phi of n हा ऑब्विसली लेस इक्वल बाय n minus 2 असेल जर n कॉम्पोजिट असेल तर.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if suppose p is a prime number, then what is phi of p raised to k, where k is any positive integer?
P raised to k minus P raised to k minus 1.
If p is a prime and k is any positive integer, then phi of p to the power k is equal to p to the power k minus p to the power k minus 1. That is, we can write this one as p to the power k into 1 minus 1 by p. Okay. Now, there is one important theorem. Give for any given integers a, b, c, GCD of a, b, a into b, comma c, or GCD of a, comma b, c will be equal to 1 for any integers a, b, c. GCD of a, comma b into c is equal to 1 if and only if
GCD of AB
GCD of AB
1.
equal to 1 and GCD of AC equal to
GCD
1.
of AB is 1 and GCD of AC will be equal to 1. AC is equal to 1. Now, again we have proved the Euler's phi function phi is a multiplicative function. Now, any integer a is relatively prime to n if its remainder with respect to that integer n is also relatively prime to n. Okay. suppose n equal to p1 to the power k1, if n is equal to p1 to the power k1 into p2 to the power k2 into up to so on pr to the power kr be a prime factorization of an integer n greater than 1, then what is phi of n?
n into 1 minus 1 upon p1 into 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon p2 up to so on 1 minus 1 upon pr.
1 minus 1 upon pr. That is, it is nothing but p1 to the power k1 minus p1 to the power k1 minus 1 into p2 to the power k2 minus p2 to the power k2 minus 1 up to so on pr to the power kr minus pr to the power kr minus 1. Now, for any integer n greater than 2, for any integer n greater than 2, phi of n is always an even integer. Phi of
Yes,
n
sir.
is always कोणताही इंटिजर घ्या 2 ला सोडून तुम्ही इज एन इवन इंटिजर 1 आणखीन 2 ला सोडून phi of n हा ऑलवेज इवन असेल. या टाइपचे मात्र तुम्हाला एमसीक्यू असतील. ओके, असं विचारलेलं असेल जर n हा माझा इंटिजर आहे कोणताही n इज एनी इंटिजर देन phi of n is even for some finitely n, phi of n is even for infinitely many n, phi of n is always odd, phi of n is always even, whatever it is. Okay, so answer is nothing but phi of n is an even integer for infinitely many values of n. Since for n equal to 1 and 2, they only it is odd, that is phi of 1 will be equal to 1 and phi of 2 is equal to 1. And if we take any integer n which is greater than 2, then it must be an even integer. Therefore, phi of n is even for infinitely many values of n. Okay. Now, next will be a Gauss theorem. What is Gauss theorem?
For each positive integer n greater than equal to 1, n is equals to summation over d by n phi of t.
Yes. Where summation is running over all the positive divisors of n. For n greater than equal by 1, n is nothing but summation over d divides n phi of d, where the sum is extended over all the positive divisors of n. Next. Now, the sum of positive integers less than n and relatively prime to n is equal to
n into phi of n upon 2.
Yes, the sum of positive integers less than n and relatively prime to n. Relatively prime to n is n into phi of n divided by 2. Now, next we have proved one result, that is if n is n greater than 1 be any integer and GCD of n will be equal to 1, and if a1 a2 up to so on a of phi n are the integers less than n and relatively prime to n, then the integers a into a1 a into a2 up to so on a into phi n are the integers which are congruent modulo n to a1 a2 up to so on a of phi n in some order. Okay, now next will be a Euler's theorem. What is Euler's theorem? Statement.
For n greater than
Euler's
1 and GCD of an equal to 1, a raised to phi n is congruent to 1 modulo n.
And GCD of an is equal to 1, then e to the power phi of n is congruent to 1 modulo n. जर n हा कोणताही इंटिजर घेतला जो की 1 असेल किंवा 1 पेक्षा मोठा असेल, आणखी असा एक इंटिजर आपण शोधला येईल जो की रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम आहे n सोबत, तर e टू द पॉवर phi of n हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल 1 मॉड्युलो n ला. There is a one result again for any positive integer n, phi of n is nothing but n into summation over d divides n mu of d divided by d. Again, if m and n are any two integers which are relatively prime to each other, then a to the power phi of n plus n to the power phi of m is congruent to which integer over modulo m?
1.
1. Now, the last concept of second chapter, which is nothing but third unit, which is nothing but the Liolli's lambda function. What is Liolli's lambda function?
If the prime factorization of the integer n is n equals to p1 raised to k1 into p2 raised to k2, so on pr raised to kr, then the Liouville's lambda function is defined as lambda of 1 equal to 1 and lambda of n equal to minus 1 raised to k1 plus k2 up to kr.
Yeah, the power. Yeah, then lambda 1 is nothing but 1 and lambda is the integer which is greater than 1, then it is nothing but minus 1 to the power k1 plus k2 plus kr. Then what is the range of lambda?
1 and minus 1.
1 and minus 1.
1 and minus 1. Now, the fourth unit, which is nothing but the primitive root and indices. In that first we have seen what is the integer, what is the order of an integer modulo n. Unit 4, primitive roots and indices. In that first one is nothing but the order of an integer modulo n. What is the order of an integer modulo n?
Smallest positive integer k such that a raised to k is congruent to 1 modulo n, where GCD of a and n is
तुम्हाला
equal
दोन
to 1.
इंटीजर घ्यावं लागेल ना पहिला. इंटीजर्स घ्यावं लागतील ना. n is any integer which is
Greater than 1.
greater than 1 and a be integer which is relatively prime to n. Then we have to find out the smallest positive integer k such that a to the power k is congruent to 1 modulo n, and such a smallest positive integer k is called the order of an integer a over modulo n. Next, we have proved one result, that is if a be an integer having order k modulo n, that is a to the power k is congruent to 1 modulo n, and as it is a is an integer having order k modulo n, then GCD of an will be equal to 1 and n is any integer which is greater than 1. Then if suppose there are three conditions, first one is if a to the power h is congruent to 1 modulo n, then what is the relation between h and k?
K divides h.
K is multiple of h.
K divides h. Since we here a is an integer having order k modulo n, म्हणजे k हा सगळ्यात स्मॉलेस्ट पॉझिटिव्ह इंटीजर आहे, ज्यासाठी a to the power k हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट होणार आहे 1 मॉड्युलो n ला. a to the power h हा सुद्धा जर कॉन्ग्रुएंट होत असेल 1 मॉड्युलो n लाच, तर k हा त्याला डिवाइड करेल. ओके, नेक्स्ट, if a is congruent to b modulo n, then what is the order of an integer b over modulo n?
Same as that of a.
Yes, as here integer a has order k, then b has order k modulo n. Order k modulo n. And last one is nothing but if a to the power I is congruent to a to the power j modulo n, then
I is congruent
I
to j modulo k.
The j modulo k.
j modulo k. Okay. Now, if suppose the integer a has order k modulo n, then what is the order of integer a to the power h? If the integer a has order k modulo n, then the integer a to the power h has order
K upon d.
k upon d modulo n, where d is nothing but
GCD of k and h.
GCD of k and h.
is GCD of kh. Now, मग a to the power h ची ऑर्डर हे k च्या इक्वल, सॉरी a to the power h ची ऑर्डर ही k कधी असेल, जर
K and h रिलेटिव्हली प्राईम असतील तर.
रिलेटिव्हली प्राईम असतील. जेव्हा जेव्हा जीसीडी k आणि h च्या 1 येईल, तेव्हा तेव्हा a आणि a to the power h ची दोघांची ऑर्डर ही सेम असेल ओव्हर मॉड्युलो n वर. ओके. Now, if suppose a1 and a2 be any two integers having order k1 and k2 modulo n, then what is the, where k1 and k2 are relatively prime, then what is the order of a1 into a2 modulo n?
K1 into K2 modulo n.
K1 into K2. And the next result will be if the integer a has order k modulo n, then the integer a square a cube up to so on a to the power k are incongruent modulo n, and they are congruent to the integers a1 a2 up to so on a of phi n modulo n. Now next definition will be a primitive root. What is a primitive root?
If order of A is phi of n, then it is called as primitive root.
Primitive root. Let n is greater than 1 and a be any integer which is relatively prime to 1 if the integer a has order phi of n modulo n, then a is a primitive root of n. Primitive root of n. ओके. सो कोणताही एक इंटिजर ए आहे जो की रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम असेल एन सोबत, तर तो प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट होईल एनचा कधी, जर ए ची ऑर्डर ही फाय ऑफ एन. ए ची ऑर्डर फाय ऑफ एन म्हणजे फाय ऑफ एन हा सर्वात लहान पॉझिटिव्ह इंटिजर असेल ज्यासाठी ए टू दी पॉवर फाय ऑफ एन हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल 1 मॉड्युलो एनला. त्याच्यापेक्षा लहान कोणताही इंटिजर नसेल ज्यासाठी ए टू दी पॉवर के हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल 1 मॉड्युलो एनला. 1 मॉड्युलो एन and e to the power k is not congruent to 1 modulo n whenever k is less than 5. Okay. Next concept is nothing but the primitive roots for primes. In that, first we have seen what is a Lagrange's theorem. What is its statement? If p is any prime and f of x equal
is
to
polynomial
n to the power
having
x,
degree n greater than 1,
having degree,
then it has at most
yes,
n incongruent solutions modulo p.
that is the polynomial f of x congruent to 0 modulo p has a n incongruent solutions modulo p. Okay, जास्तीत जास्त तेवढे असतील. Okay, now next, if p is a prime number and d divides p minus 1, then the congruence x to the power d minus 1 congruent to 0 modulo p has how many solutions? If p is any prime and d divides p minus 1, then the congruence x to the power d minus 1 x to the power d minus 1 congruent to 0 modulo p has, I think I have taken this in last lecture, second last. Lagrange's theorem चा यूज करून आपण परवाच्या लेक्चर मध्ये exactly equal to d solutions over modulo p. Yes. Okay, now if a and m are any two integers such that GCD of a will be equal to 1, that is they are relatively prime integers, then a is a primitive root of m when
a raised to phi m upon p is not congruent to 1 modulo m.
Yes. Where पण तसं एखाद्या पर्टिक्युलर पी साठी का मग कारण पी तर काय आहे मला माहित नाही.
No sir,
तुम्ही
divisors
सांगितलंही नाही काय आहे.
prime divisors of m.
फक्त सांगितलं. सगळे प्राइम डिवायझर का पर्टिक्युलर
for every.
ही बरोबर आहे तुमचं. e to the power phi of m upon p हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट नाही आला पाहिजे कुणाला 1 मॉड्युलो m ला. पण p काय, p प्राइम आहे का नक्की?
Yes sir, prime divisors of
प्राइम
phi
आहे
of
का
m.
कोणताही इंटिजर आहे? p प्राइम आहे. प्राइम डिवायझर्स आहेत phi of m चे. पण किती प्राईम डिवायझर्स? कोणतेही पर्टिक्युलर घेतले तर चालतील का सगळेच घ्यायला पाहिजे? हे
All
करेक्ट आहे
prime
तुमचं. a to
divisors,
the
sir.
power 5 of p m upon p is not congruent to one. That is for every prime divisor p of 5 of m. For every prime divisor p of 5 of m. असंच काहीतरी तुम्हाला फिरून फिरून क्वेश्चन विचारलेले असणार, तिथे दुसरं काय नसणार आहे, फक्त फॉर एव्हरी, फॉर सम, एक्झॅक्टली वन असं काहीतरी चेंजेस करून देतील. ओके, नाव नेक्स्ट. I think next concept is nothing but the primitive roots for composite integers, and in that we have proved one. Actually, there is one result for any integer 2 to the power n has a no primitive root for all n greater equal by 3. That is, if any integer is in the power of 2, then it has no primitive root whenever n is greater equal by 3. Okay. Now, and next one is nothing but if GCD of two integers m and n which are greater than 2 will be equal to 1. That is, m and n are any two integers which are greater than 2 and they are relatively prime, then there exists no primitive root over modulo m into n, which is for composite integers. Okay. Now, next we have proved one result. If p is an odd prime, if p is an odd prime, then there exists a primitive root r of p. There exists a primitive root small r of p such that r to the power p minus 1 is congruent to which number over modulo p square?
Is not congruent to 1.
Is not congruent to 1 modulo p square. And depending on this theorem, we have proved one corollary, which is nothing but if p is an odd prime, then p square has a primitive root. And as here in previous theorem, if p is an odd prime, then there exists a primitive root r of p such that r to the power p minus 1 not congruent to 1 modulo p square. यामध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं, जर r हा स्वतःच r ची पॉवर जर कॉन्ग्रुएंट नसेल 1 modulo p square ला, तर आपण इथे काय केलं होतं, हाच तो r असेल ज्यासाठी r to the power p minus 1 हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट नसेल 1 modulo p square ला. पण इफ पॉसिबल जर r to the power p minus 1 हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट होत असेल 1 modulo p square ला, तर तिथे आपण एक स्मॉल r1 डिफाइन केला होता, which is equal to r plus p, which is again a primitive root of p. Okay, then r plus p to the power p minus 1 is not congruent to 1 modulo p square. म्हणजे या दोघांपैकी एक कोणतरी याचा r p चा प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट असेल ज्यासाठी r to the power p minus 1 हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल 1 modulo p square ला. त्याच्यावरूनच आपण हे डिफाइन केला रिझल्ट, जिथे की p हा जर ऑड प्राइम घेतला तर p स्क्वेअर साठी मला हा एक प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट मिळेल आणि तो प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट हा r आणि r1 पैकी दोघांपैकी कोणता तरी एक असेल. जर r to the power p minus 1 हाच कॉन्ग्रुएंट नसेल 1 modulo p square ला, तर r स्वतःच प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट असेल p स्क्वेअरचा, कारण 5 p स्क्वेअर काय असेल माझा, p square minus p, which is nothing but p into p minus 1. But as r to the power p minus 1 is not congruent to 1 modulo p square, then r to the power p into p minus 1 must be congruent to 1 modulo p square, since which is from the definition of order of an integer a modulo n. Okay, so if r to the power p minus 1 is not congruent to 1 modulo p square, then r itself is a primitive root of p square. But if possible r to the power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo p square, then the integer which is defined by this one, that is r1 equal to r plus b, this one will be a primitive root of p square. Okay, so next one, the integer small n fails to have a primitive root if एखादा इंटिजर n ला प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट नसणार आहे कधी, त्याच्यासाठी काहीतरी कंडिशन आहे नेचर, जो की n च्या नेचरवर. आयदर फर्स्ट वन इज नथिंग बट
n can be expressed as product of odd primes.
n can be expressed as a product of odd primes. Expressed as product of odd primes p and q, that is n is equal to p into q, and second one is nothing but n is of the form
2 raised to
2 raised to m into p raised to k.
form n equal to 2 raised to m into p raised to k, where p is
odd prime
And
P
m
is
is
odd
greater
prime.
than 2.
and m is integer which is greater than 2 or greater or equal by 2. Next, there are some note, exactly 2 notes. First one, let n be an integer possessing a primitive root, that is n is an integer having primitive root, and GCD of a and n will be equal to 1. Then the congruence x to the power k congruent to a modulo n has a solution if and only
a to the power phi of n upon d
is congruent
to 1
modulo n, where k is nothing but d is nothing but
GCD of n
GCD
and
of
phi of n.
k and phi of n, k and phi of n,
K and phi of
n.
k of phi of n. If a is an integer which is relatively prime to n, then the congruence of the form, that is x to the power k congruent to a modulo n, has a solution if and only if a to the power phi of n upon d congruent to 1 modulo n, whenever d is nothing but the GCD of k comma phi of n. जर सोल्युशन एक्झिस्ट झाले तर किती सोल्युशन असतील?
Exactly d solutions.
D in number, and in case if suppose n, this n is replaced by some prime p, then it is of the form a to the power phi of p, which is nothing but p minus 1 upon d, which is congruent to 1 modulo p, where d is nothing but GCD of k comma p minus 1. Okay, since here n equal to p, then phi of n will be p minus 1. Next is nothing but theory of indices. Theory of indices. Okay, so what is its definition? If R is any primitive root of n and a be an integer which is relatively prime to n, then here we have to find out the smallest positive integer h such that r to the power h is congruent to a modulo n. Then such a positive integer h is called the index of an integer a relative to primitive root r, and it is denoted by index of small a. That is, it can be also be written as a is congruent to r to the power index of a modulo n. That is, its definition is nothing but let r be a primitive root of n, primitive root of an integer n, and a is an integer which is relatively prime to n. Then the smallest positive integer h, smallest positive integer h, such that r to the power h is congruent to a modulo n, is called the index of an integer a relative to primitive root r, and it is denoted by index of a relative to primitive root n. That is, we can also write it as a is congruent to r to the power h. H is nothing but index of a, which is index of a modulo n. Okay, so this will be the definition of index of an integer a modulo n. Okay, now next definition will be, I think there are some results depending on the definition of this index. That is, if a is the primitive root of n and b, c and k are any integers, then if b is congruent to c modulo n, then what is the relation of between index of b and index of c?
Index of B congruent to index of C modulo phi of n.
Phi of n. If a is a primitive root of n, primitive root of n, and b, c and k are any integers, then first one, b is congruent to c modulo n, implies index of b congruent to index of c modulo phi of n. Okay. Second one, index of b into c is nothing but
Index of
Addition
B
index
is
of b into
index
c
of
काय होतं?
C modulo phi of n.
Index of b into c is congruent to index of
Addition of indices of
index
B
of
and C.
c modulo phi of n. Now, what is the index of b raised to k?
K into index of B modulo phi of n.
That is index of b into c. Now, index of b raised to k. Index of, and index of 1 is nothing but 1 चा index काय असतो?
0.
0.
Okay. Now, the next will be, if r is the smallest primitive root of n and r to the power h is congruent to a modulo n, then h is congruent to index of a modulo phi of n. Okay. And next will be, if a1, a2 up to so on 8k are all the integers which are relatively prime to n, then index of a1 plus index of a2 plus up to so on index of ak is congruent to which number over modulo phi of n?
Index of A1, A2 up to AK modulo phi of n. Phi of k.
Yeah. Index of a1, a2 up to so on ak modulo phi of k का n.
Phi of n.
Phi of n. तेच काय सांगितलं? Now, suppose n is an integer having primitive root. Then how many primitive roots are possible for that integer n? If the integer
Phi of
n
n.
has a primitive root, then there are exactly phi n of them. Exactly phi n of them. And in case if p is prime, then how many
Phi of
primitive
p
roots
minus
possible?
1.
Phi of p minus 1. And last, there is one definition. If p is a prime, and GCD of AP will be equal to 1. AP equal to 1. Then A is a primitive root of P. Primitive root of P. When
A raised to p minus 1 by 2 is congruent to minus 1 modulo b.
A to the power P minus 1 upon 2 is congruent to minus 1 modulo P. ओके. जर एखादा प्राइम असेल तर त्याच्याशी रिलेटिव्हली प्राइम असणारा इंटिजर हा त्याचा प्रिमिटिव्ह रूट होईल. कधी? जर e टू द पॉवर p मायनस 1 अपॉन 2 हा कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल मायनस 1 मॉड्युलो p ला. ओके, ठीक आहे. इथे आपला 4th युनिट संपला. होल नंबर थेरी सिलेबस मध्ये कुणाला काही डाऊट असेल तर विचारू शकता.